Hey guys, what's up? It's Airsoft Gaming, and today I'm going to be doing an overview of the new VFC HK416A5. So a bit of an overview about this weapon. This is one of the most popular guns on the market, a rival to the new VFC MP7 AEG. This was released a couple months ago. A lot of popular YouTubers have been using this. Promoted by VFC, obviously, because it's a brand new weapon platform that is modeled after the G28 and newer generation HK products. All in all, it is an extremely solid build. Assault rifle, VFC, as always, great externals. The internals are also good, so we'll get into that. First, we'll go over the external features of the rifle, starting from the back going to the front. You see we have the new H&K Slim Style stock. You're going to find these on the MR556s. This is their new, solution to a more slimline compact stock. This is about as minimal as you're going to get on an assault rifle, quote unquote. You can see it does have HK registered trademarks on the stock, and battery space is really tight. Although they do a very good job of putting battery space in this rifle, you're still able to use stick-type batteries. I have an 11.1 volt stick battery in the rifle here, and that fits right down the buffer tube. That also does not interfere with the MOSFET or wiring that's back there. And of course, because Elite Force is still using Tamiya connectors, because they sell something like 7-to-1 batteries, Tamiya connectors, because believe it or not, that's what people want to buy. The gun is wired to a small Tamiya connector. Go figure. Really easy to swap that to Dean's though. I think that's the only thing that I would recommend doing out of the box, depending on what batteries you have. Moving on to the, actually right here, not even getting to the lower yet, we have a sling plate that has sling connections on both sides of the rifle. There are a lot of ambidextrous features, and this is one of them. Continuing on with the ambidextrous features, we go to the lower receiver, where we see that obviously the trigger, but the fire selector, the bolt catch, and the magazine release are all ambidextrous features for both right and left-handed shooters. So out of the box, if you're a lefty, this is probably one of the best guns on the market if you want to retain a lot of those features. Mainly the fire selector and magazine catch are great to have. So to point those out on this side of the weapon, we have our bolt catch here, which I'll go ahead and demonstrate. Locks back very nicely, very cleanly, unlike previous VFC generations. Go ahead and click the bolt catch located right here, very easy to get to from your shooting hand. And the bolt, mock bolt, slides forward, very nice and crisp. The magazine release traditionally, of course, and the fire selector, which is modeled after the G28 style that VFC did. Obviously, with your normal 417 or 416 G28 detents, very crisp, and you have all three fire modes there, safe, semi, and auto. On the other side of the weapon, we also get a similar array of functions. The ambidextrous magazine release that allows the magazine to be dropped from that side. It's a little bit difficult once you get used to it. It's a lot easier. The normal bolt catch, again with the VFC G28 style. This is a new update for H&K across all of their weapon platforms, so those updates are reflected in the 416A5. And of course, the traditional fire selector that's on this side that mimics the other side. And they don't say out of sync. I mean, they've definitely improved the mechanism from earlier models and other VFC ambidextrous models like the VFC Star H and Star L. Those are notorious for the lag. This model does not have it whatsoever. Another cool feature that's been updated for the 416A5 is the enlarged charging handle lever right here on the left-hand side of the weapon. So again, that allows you to lock the mock bolt back and release it. You also get H&K trades on the mock bolt, as always. So the low receiver still says HK416 with A5 added there. I'm sure that's the same for the real steel counterpart. And you get more H&K trades on the upper receiver as tradition. No big wall of text though. They got rid of that, they limited to this little paragraph right here, so that's a nice addition. Moving on forward, we have the VFC 416A5 new rail system. This is essentially just kind of like the old one, a little bit different in the front here. We have, of course, the integrated flip-up sight, and to match that, they include the rear iron sight as well. Very nice. Adjustable for windage and elevation. Same one, just in black, that the G28 uses. So front sight is not adjustable for either, but rear sight is, and they are very low profile. You're able to fit scopes over them, no problem. And at the end, we have the very ugly US mandated orange flash hider, but it is metal, so if that helps at all, it is good quality at least. And of course, the mock adjustment tube for the gas system. That obviously this is not used because it's an airsoft gun. The foregrip is not included. I've just added that for this review. It's nice. Without it, it's a short weapon, so it's a little awkward to hold without something at the end that you can shoulder like that. There's no really comfortable way to hold the quad rail. So, but that's externally. Internally, we've got a lot of great features for the new generation, obviously. I believe it's got the VFC Avalon gearbox. And if not, we'll double check that. It's got upgraded internal straight from the factory. A lot of them are really good. The same ones you're going to see on a lot of their newer models, like the Avalon and other new series that they're coming out with. It has a lot of similarities to the previous, like the new generation, to the post 2015 gearboxes, like the M27, the G28 one. I don't think 417 ever came out with those. But the red piston, half rack full metal piston head as always. You've got the polished cylinder that's always been nice from VFC, ball bearing spring guide, an upgraded motor with, I believe, neodymium magnets, a MOSFET that's integrated, and I believe the MOSFET unit itself is held to the trigger. It's not outside of the gearbox now. And the other unit for the MOSFET is going to be in line here, as well as a fuse. So you don't burn out the MOSFET, it's going to burn out the fuse first. And of course, you've got your rotary plastic pop-up unit here. That's classic for VFC, so out of the box you have a really well-performing rifle that's overall just very sound internally as well as externally. So if you're thinking about picking up a modern rifle either for milsim events, pickup games, or anything else, VFC 416A5 is a good choice. You might have to do a little bit of modification on your own if you want better performance, because it is whiny out of the box, very whiny and rather slow. So if you do want quicker trigger response or anything like that, I would recommend doing some slight upgrades, but it's mainly just using an 11-1 battery and maybe getting a different motor or gear ratio or whatever. But other than that, very solid weapon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the review or you learned something from it. If you have any questions about the 416A5 or other VFC replicas, leave comments down below and I'll get to them as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.